Hey, what's up everybody? So today we're talking about my studio scene where I took just some random room, blacked it out, and went from this to this. And I want to talk about how we pulled it off. Let's do this. So this was a scene in my latest doc, and I wanted the lighting to be very dramatic, very inspired from The Godfather, top-down lighting, a lot of heavy shadows under the eyes. And so that's where the style was inspired from, was that film. And then also I kind of wanted the blackout void feeling, because this scene really kind of represented our character's like mental state of just like his emotional past and rethinking some of those things from his past. So that's kind of why we wanted to black out everything. And with the budget that we had for this, I didn't have the budget to rent a studio, to rent an already blacked out space. So this was actually like a little dining room area of a church close by to where I live, and they were kind enough to donate the space for the few hours that we needed it. So this is the space, and as you can tell out here through the windows that it's still dark outside when I got here, but there's windows all along these walls. So I knew we needed to black it out. So you can tell even here there's a window here, and there's windows behind this pipe and drape, but all of these windows we completely blacked out just by using black trash bags. We just bought a huge roll of trash bags, and it just used painter's tape so we didn't mess up the paint on the walls, and just completely blacked out every single window in this space. Yeah, that's how you black out a space on a budget. And it was really awesome that this space already had the pipe and drape, and we used that to help black out the space even further. So basically the first thing we did was just remove all of these tables and just completely stacked these tables up in the kitchen behind me, and just stacked everything up, emptied the space completely. And then we started bringing all of this pipe and drape out into the middle, and we created like a semicircle with this pipe and drape. So our character was gonna sit right about here, camera here, and our lighting was something like that, so over top. And then this gave us freedom to move in this direction with the camera, and we were blacked out. And then we did another shot, I'll show you in a little bit, where we flipped and put the character here, and then we still had all of this space that was blacked out. So that was super helpful. Here's a look at the light that we used. I just used a combo stand with the, I believe this is the Matthews Junior boom with the little weight at the end, and this is the 200X with a small softbox with the grid to control our light spill. We had a bigger softbox on there, but it was just spreading too much light on the ground, illuminating some of that I didn't want lit, so we used a smaller one, and I think it turned out pretty good. Here is the result of what that looked like. Got the raccoon eyes that I definitely wanted, and you know, I was okay with this little harsh spot. I just thought it looked interesting, kind of looked like an interrogation room type vibe, and which fit the story a little bit. So I think that looked really nice. Here's just a close-up of the eyes. We're getting some bounce too from the cream colored floor. So it filled in a little bit so we could see that. Wasn't too concerned with creating necessarily an eye light with this, but I think it turned out really nice. A lot of these shots were handheld here just to give like the angst of his mental state of remembering some of the past. And I didn't show much of the floor in a wide, but I think this contrast in the grittiness of this super old floor, it really worked good. And then here's like a close-up of what that floor we did over the shoulder. I think it turned out nice, kind of contrasted with the complete darkness behind him. It's just another shot. All this is this is the pipe and drape behind him. As you can tell, we just brought this we had some clips where we would just clip over these poles so you didn't see that. We just had some like just little A-clamps and hid the poles. That's all this is. It's pipe and drape, one light. We did a shot with a mirror, and I'll show you what that looked like. Here's the mirror shot with him. We're on the Dana dolly right here to get that over the shoulder off the angle so we don't see ourselves in the reflection. And what we did here was we had a little sound blanket with a cardellini connected to a C-stand, so it was just holding up the mirror from it falling over, and then sandbagged the C-stand so it didn't like swing out. So we just like lightly clamped it so we didn't crack the mirror. All this is a bathroom mirror. I don't know, like a 4-foot bathroom mirror from Lowe's, and then we bought it, did the shoot, kept the packaging, and returned it. And yeah, didn't damage it at all. Yeah, so that's how we did that, and then obviously just like hazed the crap out of this space. There you go. I think it turned out super nice, but you know, the idea for this scene was to, like I said, to show his mental space, to kind of put him in this dark void of his dark past. And I'm just like incredibly happy with how it turned out. It's exactly how I envisioned it. You know, I think this really comes down to when you do have a limited budget, is just try to get creative with it. Do some things that wouldn't normally be possible. And so using things like trash bags, using the pipe and drape that were already there, and just trying to get creative with the resources that you do have, I think is so awesome. And I think we created an absolute beautiful look with just one light. It's just a couple $100 light with like a $30 softbox on, and I think it created the exact feeling and illusion that we wanted to create. So yeah, so that's how you black out a space on a budget. And yeah, and also, what do you think of this space, this setup? It's completely fake. So yeah, that's all I got for you. Peace.